Greetings, Commanders. I am Commander Link Savage, and thanks for tuning in to Space Vehicle Virgins, the series where we take a look at and test drive the ships currently available to commanders of the Pilots Federation. This episode, by popular vote, we bring you the Type-10, the new-ish anti-Xeno combat freighter from Lakon. Big, powerful, spacious, and versatile, but it comes at a price. Next on Space Vehicle Virgins. What do you get when you cross a Type-9 freighter with the Alliance military need? Well, you get the Type-10 Defender. There are the big three, the Anaconda, the Corvette, and the Cutter. But really, it should be the big four. The Type-10 is a gigantic ship. It is hard to truly appreciate the scale of this thing without VR. Just look at the size of this thing. The Type-9 is one of the best purpose-built ships in the galaxy. That's the younger brother to the Type-10. The purpose? Hauling large quantities of mined stuff. The Type-9 was easily the best miner in the business. Was? Yes, was. Lakon, in conjunction with the Alliance, took the Type-9 Heavy and bumped up the hull strength, bumped up the shields, bumped up the thrusters, and added all kinds of hardpoints. Holy crap! What Lakon has done is create a combat-ready freighter. Want to mine and be able to protect your hull? The Type-10 is your ship. Want to outfit for pure combat and be the hull tank of your wing? No problem. The best part has to be the hardpoints. You have enough to fully outfit mining equipment and still have large hardpoints for the big guns. Anti-Xeno? That was the threat this ship was intended to combat. All of this comes at a price, of course. At a cost of 124.7 million credits, this is not a cheap ship and puts it right in line with the likes of the big three. But that's not the only cost. 2 of your optional internals become military module only slots, and the maneuverability of the Type-9 has not been improved at all. Turning this thing is a chore, especially as Super Cruise. But its purpose is not to be out there bounty hunting or chasing scouts. No. This ship was meant to soak up damage while dealing damage, taking the brunt of the attack while the high damage glass cannon ships out there eat the target alive. You could fit ship launch fighters, just like in the Type-9, and have a crew of 2 additional pilots, once again, like the Type-9. Between the Type-9 and Type-10, the interior has not changed at all. The helm sits above the 2 crew members. The canopy is absolutely amazing. The best views in the galaxy are from within the Lakon ships, and the Type-10 Defender is no exception. Try system jumping from the crew area of the bridge and you are definitely in for a visual treat. Personally, part of the draw of this ship to me is the interior. Even in the loneliness of space, the cavernous bridge with its darkened hallways and purely functional, rugged, industrial appearance keeps you looking over your shoulder, just in case you picked up more than an asteroid chunk in that last visit. It is an uneasy feeling that actually makes the monotony of system hopping or laser mining kind of exciting. It creates an atmosphere that is rather spooky when you're solo. Personally, I love this, as it adds to the personality of the Type-10 Defender. It's kind of scary to drive. You feel like you're in the middle of a sci-fi horror movie and you're the pilot or the last survivor. So cool, so much fun to be inside of. When occupied with crewmates, it feels like an industrial tool that's serving its purpose, whether you're boring them to death with mining because, they can actually use the turreted mining equipment, or if you're using them as gunners. You can split up all the hard points between the 2 different crewmates and you do the piloting. Pretty cool. Type-10 is a ship of duality, and that duality only adds to the personality. But what exactly can we do with this? Well, let's take a look under the hood and see what we got. All right, let's go on ahead and have a look under the hood. Now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna pay more attention to the optional internals here, mostly because this is an A-rated ship. It is not really made for anything other than mining at this point. But I just want to show you quickly the hard points. Like, look at this, it's ridiculous. 4 large multi-cannons, anti-seismic charge launcher, subsurface displacement missile, 1 abrasion blaster, I got 2 mining lasers, all on this sucker. I mean, it's crazy how much space you have for weapons. I mean, obviously it's a combat freighter. But let's take a look at the optional internals, because this is kind of where the difference is between the Type 9 and the Type 10. So as you see here, we got 1 cargo rack with a capacity of 256, mostly because I don't go out mining for hours and hours and hours. I never fill up 256. Got to have some kind of shields because you will be attacked every now and then, and not to mention, this is a big ship and you are surrounded by huge rocks. You're gonna hit them. Have a shield generator. Fuel scoop because you're jumping around from place to place trying to find the best rings that you could get to. Luckily enough, my home territory is in Jonai because I am a wolf of Jonai, and we have quite a few resources in this system, so I don't have to go very far, but sometimes you do for certain things. So fuel scoop, and fuel scoop is always good to have anyway. Same thing with the frame shift drive booster. I mean, given where I'm staying, I could just get rid of this, but because you sometimes have to fly way out there just to get to a place to sell whatever it is that you're doing, I keep it on me. Now here's one of the big differences. You have 2 military compartments, 2 grade 5 military compartments. I wish these compartments were just regular internal compartments because it would be great to be able to use these for anything. But given that they are military compartments, you've got hull reinforcements, module reinforcements, or shield cells. That's about it. We have a 4A refinery, 3A collector limpet controller, prospector limpet controller, a detailed surface scanner, standard docking computer, mostly because this thing is huge and I don't like docking it manually, but I whatever. If I had to get rid of it, I could, it's not a problem. But that's quite a bit going on in the internals. And if I were to say get rid of the detailed surface scanner, that would free up a 4 slot for a cargo rack. If I were to go hardcore and know that I wasn't going to blow up, I could replace that with a 7E cargo rack. And if I was selling in Jonai, I could get rid of this. Or if I was selling close enough to Jonai, I could get rid of this. Otherwise, the core internals, this is an A-rated machine. It does not have anything higher than the military grade composite right now. These things are expensive the bigger your ship gets. But look at this, the 8A power plant, it's huge. That's a huge power plant, but with all of those hard points, as you can see, I'm starving for power. This definitely needs to be engineered. The 7A thrusters, those are powerful thrusters, and if you've noticed, we got 8 of them back there. But this is a large, heavy ship. Those 7A thrusters don't really do very much. Of course, we have our frame shift drive. 7A, it's a heavy, heavy, heavy ship, so you're not really getting as far of a jump range as you would think with that 7A. But 34.51 light years with the 7A plus the FSD booster is not bad at all. And of course, 5A life support. It is slow. You want to be able to make sure you can get to your port. 7A power distributor, which is actually fine. You end up having to make sure that all your pips are in weapons when you're mining and stuff like that, because if they're not, you're gonna run out of juice while you're, using your abrasion blaster. But whatever, it is what it is. The sensors and a 64-ton fuel tank. Wow, that's a pretty big fuel tank that it's got there. You could go pretty far without having to refuel. Not bad at all. And look at all of these utility slots. You can fill these all up with shield boosters if you wanted to. That's absolutely crazy. As you can see, this is definitely a combat-oriented ship. But with the optional internals of basically the Type 9 with the few military needed things, does absolutely fine when it comes down to mining and when it comes down to normal combat with a wing. Absolutely fantastic for them to take the Type 9, which was kind of a paper freighter, call it a paper freighter because the hull was so terrible. You died in 3 hits. This, you last a long time. I mean, you can sit there and get hit over and over and over and over and over again, and you're not going down. It's actually pretty amazing to watch. So let's take this sucker on out for a spin, see how it goes. To have some fun in the Type 10, we have come out to Pomichi 2C, one of the most amazing bodies within the human bubble. The canyons here are plentiful and beautiful. Let's hop in and see what all the hype and hate is about. Wait. In a Type 10? Why? Let's do what this ship was made for. Mining. Pulse and look. Pulse and look. Pulse and look. Pulse and look. Boring, boring, boring. Hey Anubis, go ahead and play some mining tunes. That ought to get me going.
I wanna rock!
Okay, so mining is not the most exciting thing in the world to do. It really isn't. Some people absolutely love it. I love the money you make from it. That being said, let's just admire this machine for what it is. Look around you. As you hit the pulse wave, you can see all the way around. You can see what's below you. You can see what's to the side of you. Absolutely great for finding those asteroids. Now, of course, finding those asteroids is not the easiest thing in the world. I mean, yes, you'll find a bunch that glow pretty bright, but you have to find special ones that actually have a core. No core, no use. Because core mining is what I'm all about with this sucker. Now, given how big you are, it really is not a problem to go through these asteroid fields or these rings and just boost around. But do know that these thrusters have a lot of drift, So you want to stop a bit ahead of time so that way you don't run into an asteroid. But it's really not all that bad. I mean, the joy that I get out of flying the Type 10 is enough to make mining, absolutely fine, especially with the money that you get. But look at this. And when you are in something like the Type 10 or even the Type 9, where it feels like you're inside of craft from Alien or something, this gets really intense. But not in a traditional way. It's more just your imagination getting away from you. It's part of the personality of the Type 10. But like I said before, Lakon, the best view in the galaxy. There really isn't a whole lot to say when it comes down to, mining. I mean, it's not the most maneuverable ship in the world, so you're not going to take it racing and trying to judge it on that. Instead, you're going to take it on how well can you see? How well can you see your targets? How well can you see your field? Nope, wrong kind of rock. How well you can see your field. And how quickly you can respond. Is that the wrong kind of rock? But yeah, this is pretty much all it is. I mean, it's mining. But it is also combat. Now see, I'm looking around for stuff because the miner in me wants those rocks, instead of talking to you guys about doing some mining in this. But with the capacity, with the cargo capacity, the shield integrity, the hull integrity, you can make it around these things, these asteroids, without any problems whatsoever. I'm not going to waste any more time here trying to find any asteroids. We got ourselves a good lot. So we're just going to go on ahead and sell them, and maybe we'll get interdicted, and if we do, we'll be able to see if I can survive the interdiction. Wow, look at that. Best view in the galaxy. Well, that has been Lakon's Type-10 Defender, brand new and a combat upgrade to the Type-9. This is very much a ship tailored to fighting in a wing. It is slow and moves like a drunk elephant. When properly outfit, the Type-10 can be a freighter where you never have to worry about losing your hull to pirates, or an amazing hull tank support ship in a wing. The generous hardpoints allows you to pack 4 AX weapons and fill out the rest with high-powered guns. The insane amount of cargo space allows you to fit the high-capacity cargo racks. The price tag, though, is kind of steep. I would have rather had the 2 military slots left as uninhibited slots, as it really does limit what you can do with this ship and how much you can haul. But at the end of the day, the personality of the Type-10 and its capabilities makes the price tag worth it. As much as I prefer fast ships, and you guys know I love fast ships, I love flying the Type-10 every time I hop into the pilot's chair. It is all about the personality of this ship, and the personality is what drives me to it. Well, that's all for this episode of Space Vehicle Virgins. We have plenty of ships to look at and fly. Be sure to hit the like button below, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to hit the bell button so you'll be alerted as to when new videos are uploaded. Till next time, I am Commander Link Savage, and I absolutely love the Type-10 Defender. If it wasn't for the fact that I am a speed junkie, it would probably be my daily driver until I get my hands on the Corvette. Now, let me get back to mining, because while I finally have the rank to get a Corvette, I do not have the credits. See you guys next time.